90 colonists walked into the forest in 1590. Their rescue ship found a ghost town. What they'd left behind wasn't chaos, it was order. The palisade was intact, supplies were stacked, but not a single person remained, and the colony's leader, John White, wouldn't learn that fact for 3 years. That gap between disappearance and discovery is where the real mystery lies. What decisions were made in that darkness by people who had no idea they were running out of time? July 1587. John White, an artist and colonial governor, lands on Roanoke Island off the coast of present-day North Carolina. He brings 117 people, men, women, children. The plan is concrete: establish a permanent English foothold in the New World, prove the colony can sustain itself. Then White returns to England for supplies and reinforcements. He expects to be back within a year. But White didn't account for Spain. England and Spain were locked in a naval arms race, and every English ship was conscripted for defense. The Spanish Armada was a constant threat. White's supply mission gets delayed. Months stretch into years. Meanwhile, the 117 colonists on Roanoke are making their own decisions made under pressure, with information White doesn't have. 1588. White is still stranded in England. A year has passed. The colony is now on its own. We don't know exactly when they began to starve or when conflict with local Powhatan tribes intensified. But by the time White finally secures a ship in 1590, 3 years later, the colonists had already made the hardest choice of all. August 18, 1590. John White finally arrives at Roanoke. He's been gone 3 years. His expectations are clear: he'll find his colony intact or at least evidence of struggle. Instead, he finds something far stranger. The fort is overgrown, no smoke, no voices, no bodies. The palisade is dismantled, but methodically, not in panic. Supplies are buried or cached. The word CROATOAN is carved into a tree trunk, no cross, which was the agreed-upon distress signal. White interprets this as a planned relocation, not an emergency evacuation. He makes a decision. The colony moved to CROATOAN Island, seeking better resources and alliance with the local CROATOAN people. But here's what White didn't know: a hurricane was bearing down on the coast. His ship couldn't sail to CROATOAN. He had to return to England, and this time the delays would be even longer. War with Spain consumed English resources. White wouldn't mount another rescue attempt for years. By then, the trail was cold. What happened next exists only in fragments. Some historians argue the colonists integrated with the CROATOAN tribe. There's DNA evidence from modern-day CROATOAN descendants suggesting English ancestry. Others believe they migrated inland, seeking refuge from Spanish raiders. A few theorize they were killed. The cost of White's 3-year absence wasn't just time, it was certainty. 1607. 17 years after White's last visit, English colonists established Jamestown just 60 miles away. They find no trace of Roanoke, no survivors, no credible reports. The colony has become a ghost, erased from the landscape, absorbed into history, or lost to time entirely. The Roanoke colony vanished not because of a single catastrophic event, but because of cascading decisions made under incomplete information. White chose to return to England for supplies. England's government chose to prioritize naval defense over colonial resupply. The colonists chose to relocate rather than wait. Each choice was rational given what they knew. Together, they erased 117 people from the historical record. The mystery isn't what happened to Roanoke, it's how a settlement can disappear so completely that even 400 years later, we're still guessing. And the answer lies in understanding the pressure each decision-maker faced, the information gaps they couldn't cross, and the cost of being separated from your colony by an ocean and a war you couldn't control. Subscribe. Every week we uncover another historical disappearance that rewrites what we thought we knew.